All right.
Woo!
Woo!
Oh my gosh. This is like our first live.
Oh, my goodness.
Had to dress up for the occasion.
That's right.
Of course, he's got to get some wine.
I gotta
for the
stop
occasion.
boozing. You kidding?
So, wow, this is like our very first. I'm going to probably say this like a million times. It's like live in action. I kind of like this because it's sitting and chilling. And as someone that likes editing, it's like,
yeah, you don't have to edit.
no, it's
good
just
for you.
Yeah, you just kind of go through.
Come on, edit that. Make me look good. You make me look good.
I think you have the wine for that.
This is the problem.
The more you drink,
know, live,
the better
you can't edit out all my little.
The more you drink, the better you look.
Yeah, exactly. At least to me.
Well, this is nice anyway. I'm loving like the Harry Potter.
Right. Yeah.
How stylish is the
Very good.
Obviously, it really kind of relates to the discussions for this evening.
Exactly. Franklin barbecue.
Exactly.
Maybe not.
Maybe
not. I need some good brisket.
Maybe not.
I need some good brisket right now.
Always like good brisket.
Yes.
Let me tell you. And those beef ribs. So I guess you know what? It's interesting that we are doing this like now, as our first live stream.
Yeah.
I don't even know why we chose now, but I think it has to do with the fact that we just got back from Disney World.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Had a great time at Disney World.
Yeah.
And also Universal and Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah.
It was really cool.
So let us start first by introducing ourselves for those that are new here. And if some of you have seen the promotional advertisement for this live stream and don't know who we are, I'm Tanya.
And I'm Dave.
And we are Turn It Up World. We are together, married, 12 years now, and it's been amazing. And this travel journey of lifestyle for us is new. It's almost coming up on our 1-year anniversary of this. And boy, it's been nothing but amazing.
It's been amazing. We've done more in the past, 10 months.
Yes.
In terms of travel that we've done, it's probably 3 years before that.
I know. It's very true.
It's been amazing.
And it's just, we never really thought about documenting. So we basically thought about doing it this way so that we would maybe lay it out for you in terms of how this live stream is going to go. So the main discussion is obviously going to be about Disney and our experiences between the two parks, Universal that has a new theme park, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, as well as Walt Disney World's new theme park, which is Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And since we were just there, we kind of have like a really in-depth experience, between both parks and some comparisons that we really noticed between the two.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
And both are, we were big time into Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Big time into Star Wars, and so kind of experiencing both is really cool.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of immersing ourselves in the land and kind of sharing the experience with you.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. So.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. And then we figured we would kind of go into maybe a travel Q&A, more get to know us kind of thing as well, and get to know you guys and some tips and things that we could all share together. And then, of course, at the very end, we're gonna have a small giveaway.
Giveaway.
And these nice little raggedy trick-or-treat bags that we end up getting from Disney.
Yeah, they've been used a little bit. I think I ate a lot of candy out of them.
But I will tell you this, it's got some really good treats inside from some of the places that we've traveled to, as well as some really cool custom cards that we picked up along the way. They're really neat. So it's kind of a goodie gift bag. We're not gonna, you can see if you decide to get it, or if you do get it, what's inside.
Sounds good.
So I'm gonna have a cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. A sip of wine. So it's interesting, this whole thing of Star Wars and this whole thing, Galaxy's Edge, as well as the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. And I just thought, that was one of the most fun experiences, that I've had. We were at Disney World 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And that was my very first time there. So that was awesome.
Yeah, it was cool. It was at Christmas time.
Yes.
Which is really kind of one thing about Disney. When you go to, like, say, before Christmas or before Halloween, it's great because they celebrate Halloween or Christmas for about 45, 60 days. Right?
Oh, exactly.
You know what I mean? So we were there early December, and you really got really into the Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
Which is great. I love that.
Yeah, so it was cool to be able to experience now, say, Disney World, the not so scary Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party.
Yes.
So that was
really cool.
And so really cool. Well done. Like the cast members at Disney World, they really know how to put on a great show.
Definitely. Yeah. And the light show was unbelievable at Magic Kingdom.
That's very true.
Right. It was really amazing.
That was really, really cool.
That's one thing, actually, when we think about the comparisons, the light show between the two as well.
That's true.
Think about.
That's very, very true.
Yeah.
That's a very, very good point.
Yeah.
So I guess we should start off by, I guess, first saying, well, what's number one in terms of our comparisons? And so I guess we might want to kick off by saying the best rides. So we went on the Hagrid's Magical Creature Motorbike Adventure.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, I love that ride.
Was so much fun. And you know what? I've kind of diminished down to being a big roller coaster fan. I don't know, something about roller coasters, once I'm on it and I get off, it's like I just have like this imbalance going on in my head, and I feel nauseous for like the rest of the day.
Yeah, that happens to me too. I feel good getting off, right? I'm fine. I felt good when we got off it.
Yes.
And then I kind of feel a little bit worse and worse throughout the day.
Yeah,
kind of funny.
It was strange, but the ride itself was unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a great ride.
And it was
a great ride.
It was just, I mean, they have like, the rides that I think we compare, like the Hagrid's, well, think of it this way, right? So Universal has Hagrid's, they have the Forbidden, gosh, what is that called? Escape from Gringotts, and the Forbidden Journey.
Yes.
So, and then you had Star Wars,
the Millennium Falcon, basically right Smuggler's Run. That's all they got. So
exactly for right now. Now they do have the Rise of the Resistance coming
December 5th,
which is supposed to be an incredible ride coming up, but we don't know that yet until the ride actually opens.
Right.
So I guess we would say, in comparison, like between the two parks, the ones with the best rides right now.
Yeah, and that's a slam dunk right now. It's basically Harry Potter.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. If you're going for the rides, definitely go to Harry Potter. But that could change December 5th.
Yeah.
Right, when the Rise of Resistance, I think Disney's putting just a ton of emphasis on that.
Yeah.
I think it sounds as though Galaxy's Edge has been a little lackluster in terms of the kickoff from what we've read, right? And certainly there, it wasn't super busy. We were there on a Saturday.
Yeah.
It was 20 days after the open. And the wait for us was about 55 minutes.
Yes.
Which was not that bad.
No, not at all.
When you think about Avatar, which was about 3 hours
minimum. Like
right?
every minute of the 24-hour day, it was like 3
I know.
hours.
And we had to basically go at the end on that one and kind of try to beat the system a bit, which we did. Which was great as well.
Which the hoppers, the folks that can actually hop the lines, stopped about a half an hour beforehand.
Yes.
So that allowed us to be able to make the ride.
That was our little trick. A cast member told us that at dinner.
Yeah.
Said, go right at the end, because at the end, there's no more fast pass. And so you don't have all those fast people getting ahead of you. So that's why at Avatar, we were able to kind of get through in like 45 minutes at the end of the day, which was amazing.
Now that ride.
That ride.
Oh my gosh. I really literally almost puked. Like, it was like a moment. I had to close my eyes.
Yeah, I shut my eyes for a second.
Yeah, because I felt bad. Like, if I would have kept my eyes open for like another 10 seconds, I think the people in the cart below me would have easily been wearing my Starbucks coffee or whatever I had. They would be wearing.
The ride is really cool, but I don't have the stomach.
No,
I don't have the stomach for it. Oh man.
Not at all. I mean, I would probably do it again. It's funny because 3 years ago, we weren't into the travel wagon thing. So you kind of go in things now with a little bit more of a different eye, when you're traveling to these things, for us anyway, because we're always trying to, one, enjoy the experience, and then two, we're creating memories, and then we're also, oh my gosh, it's like we're creating this kind of, I guess, documentary type lifestyle now. So you kind of see things from a different perspective, as if you weren't going in there with a load of cameras.
Oh, it's so different as travel vloggers. And so you go in with an agenda too, and it's work. A lot of it's work. And so it's not just relaxation.
Yeah.
Like, we work pretty hard on these trips, right? And then you come home and you work really hard on the editing and all that, and on the road as well. But it's very different thinking about it, but it's still awesome.
Oh gosh.
I feel as though we're getting to know the cultures, the people, and it's just more than ever.
Oh yeah,
which is awesome.
Yeah, and it's brought us closer on the way. Let me just stop here for a second. Let me just make sure that we can. This is kind of kicking on. It's kind of working here.
Yes.
I'm not sure.
And it's our first time, so
open up a different screen over there.
How do I do that?
Let's see here.
Sorry, everybody. We're trying to figure out the system here.
This probably happens to everybody.
Right.
Well, at least us anyway.
All right.
Not quite sure. Maybe you should
try on.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Keep on going.
Yeah. Here, so obviously, trying to figure this out. I think the sound is actually working quite well because as I watch the bars, the meter is reading as we're speaking. But it's just trying to figure out the balance, obviously, in this particular mode here. Here's one thing first. So I wanted to kind of set things up here on like a live stream. Could you figure it out?
No. Try that one.
Go to yep. We're gonna get this, I think.
Oh, there it is, live now.
I hope. There it goes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out. I don't necessarily. Oh man, I'm not sure if it's actually working.
Well, I think it is. It says, yeah, we'll have to figure that out. So if you guys watching can kind of let us know through the chat, whether you can hear us, that'd be great.
Exactly. Let us know if you can see us, you can hear us, if you can kind of get involved in the comment section, because that's important since we want to have like a Q&A and a little discussion with you guys. So let us know, because right now I don't see that we see anybody in there.
Exactly. We see some people are watching, but we can't actually make out who that is or all that kind of stuff. So anyway, cheers.
You're not necessarily sure. Maybe we need to restart the sesh. That's interesting.
Right.
So how I wanted to set this up was, there's multiple ways that you can kind of obviously do the live stream. So we're doing it right now through my MacBook, which is kind of the simple format to be able to do it. But I wanted to kind of use our DLSR, our mirrorless camera actually, which would give us like crisper clarity, quality, visuals. Because that's just how we are. Like especially me. Like I just want to make sure it's like perfect. So if you can, I don't see where anyone can actually type in there for the chat. So if you can hear us, type away. If not, we're going to try and reboot this because it's not there. No. Yeah. See that? So I guess while Dave is checking on that, gosh, you guys have any questions for us? In particular between the two parts, or any travel questions? We might as well maybe try and kick that into gear a little bit if did it freeze?
Don't know.
You wouldn't be there. You have to be on that one because it's different.
Yeah.
So it froze. Hit the play button or hit live.
Oh, right.
Hit live.
Okay, it's working.
Hey ho, hi.
There it goes. Yes, it's working. So you kind of see
I think it is. We'll leave it on.
Yeah,
leave it on that.
Just kind of leave it there. It should show up here. Let me try something here.
There's always something like you can. Unless you have like a mega team. Yay! There you go.
There we go. Hey, we got a comment. Look at that. Unbelievable.
Unreal.
There we go.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
That's good. So we know it works.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting. So I guess we should do. Let's keep rolling with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's do it.
In that sense. So the next thing we were comparing, I guess, between the two parts outside of the rides was the food and the best restaurants.
Yeah.
And there was the two restaurants that we went to. Let's say the one first at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter was the Three Broomsticks, right? And then the one at Star Wars was Oga's Cantina, right? So let's talk about the Three Broomsticks, like the experience of the Three Broomsticks, right? So I don't know. The food to me, first off, was not good.
No, not great.
Not great
it's funny, we got there kind of late for breakfast, right? It was about to turn over to lunch.
Yes.
Right before.
I know,
we're a second before. So, and it's funny, the line was not long. So I thought, okay, great, we're gonna get our food quickly. We got breakfast. Yes. I got the American, you got the British.
The British, yes.
Right? And it was basically like just some greasy.
Yes, the English breakfast.
Yeah, the English breakfast.
It had like the black sausage in there.
Yeah, I got some greasy sausage, which was really, I mean, it was good.
Yeah.
And bacon and sausage, it was good. But it took so long.
Yeah.
Like, there was not a long line. It was we saw the people behind. There were a lot of people working behind in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was bad management that day or something, but it was
super slow.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like they were actually making it fresh, because when I got my plate, it was like all slopped into one thing, and it didn't actually have heat to it. It was almost kind of cold.
Oh man, yeah.
My sausage. So the food was not the greatest.
Yeah.
I think when you walk into the Three Broomsticks, the atmosphere of the building was awesome.
Yeah,
you really felt like you were walking into the Three Broomsticks.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, the energy of the Three Broomsticks, I say from the employees, it really felt like they were just employees working there. They didn't have like, they weren't into character.
Of cast members.
Right, they weren't into like character as if you'd find them in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter in general. So it just felt like, it was a restaurant that was made to look like the Three Broomsticks. Had the food and service was just okay. Yeah. So it really wasn't amazing. Now, switching over to Olga's Cantina. Well, first let's also talk about the drinks, right? So the one thing I will say I loved was, and it's really sweet though, so you have to be like a sweet food lover, first of all, was the butterbeer and the pumpkin juice.
Right. The pumpkin juice was like massively sweet. That is so sweet. Not my favorite, although it's mostly fruit juice, right? So probably mostly sugar.
No, it's mostly sugar.
Yeah. Butterbeer though is like kind of a nice little funky root beer.
Yes,
exactly. I really like. Nice little foam.
It was so good.
That's cool.
Creamy.
Yeah, I like that.
Top. And the only problem was trying to film and drink that, because I felt like every 5 seconds that I took a sip from that, and then I would try to speak, there was like a white mustache.
Yeah. Well, I was ready to drink all yours too, because I was thirsty, and I just wanted to drink it all.
Which is surprising. I
had to hold off.
You're not a super sweet.
I haven't been drinking soda a lot lately. I used to always drink soda, but not so much anymore.
True. Well, that's true. But
butterbeer is good. Definitely good stuff.
It was like a root beer float milkshake.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It was really good.
Definitely have the butterbeer.
Yeah, but there's 2 versions, and the one we didn't try, which we heard was actually good, was the butterbeer frozen as well. You could also have it frozen, which probably would have been much more refreshing because it was hot.
It was so hot. Oh my god. It was actually hotter on the day 2 when we were at Disney.
Oh yeah.
The Galaxy Edge. Yeah. It was so hot that day. It was so humid. I was like drenched the whole time.
Exactly.
Oh man.
So now rolling over to Olga's Cantina.
Yes.
There, by far, in our opinion, it was incredible. You walk into Olga's Cantina and the atmosphere was unbelievable. You felt like you were right in another planet, as well as the cast members.
Yeah, everybody's in character, big time there.
Never left it. Never left character whatsoever. Think of this like changing of the guards. Some folks will walk up to the guards to try and get them to laugh and make faces, and they just won't do it. That was like the Disney cast members. It's like they're programmed.
And the drinks too are really funky. Like you had some Alka-Seltzer drink you were drinking.
You had like the numbing cream.
The fuzzy tauntaun. Yeah, kind of numbed everything.
It was so creepy because you take a sip of this and all of a sudden like your lips and your tongue would feel like awfully numb.
Yes.
You dare ask.
It tasted good, but it's kind of weird.
You never ask what's in it. You just kind of like took it. And mine exactly was like an Alka-Seltzer fuzziness of sugar. Right. It was called the Bespin Fizz or Bespin Fizz.
Yeah, I had the fuzzy tauntaun. Yeah.
And I will say this though, both places to us were extremely expensive.
Yes.
The prices were, I don't know, I just find it obnoxious.
Yeah, what were the prices at Olga's? The drinks were like
so the Olga's Cantina drinks, I think we paid $30-something for 2 drinks. Yeah, so I think it was between $18 and $16. So it was really obnoxiously
It's all about the experience, though. It's all about the experience.
Well, I don't know about that. So
don't worry about the price.
So if I'm going to say the restaurants, honestly, I would say Olga's Cantina.
Yeah, Olga's Cantina is like really cool. Like you don't forget it.
No.
Where you have the DJ back there working the music and the cast members like doing some chants and stuff as well.
Yeah.
And they have the codes on the walls and figure out. And the drinks are really cool.
Yeah. And I will say this, there is a much longer line at Olga's Cantina because the fact that it's a lot smaller venue.
Yes.
So the lines can be pretty long. And there's a trick to it, so we heard. So when we went to Oga's Cantina, we actually asked one of the cast members, how this works and what can we do to get it a little early. So she basically said, just put our names on a list. Sometimes the will calls will happen depending on the space available. Some parties are parties of 4. Some parties are parties of 1. Obviously, the parties of 1 will get in faster than the parties of 4 if there's space for that 1.
I also felt like, too, they really stayed in character.
Yes.
With people in the line. So we're talking, and you felt like you're a part of the resistance trying to sneak through before the First Order, picked you up,
yes.
figured you out. So it was kind of cool.
Trying to understand that language.
Yeah.
It was kind of like,
it was fun.
Oh my goodness.
You couldn't really get them out. Of course, they probably saw the cameras and everything and kind of got right in them. But they're totally into character.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Totally into it. They never left the character. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, I guess going back to Oga's Cantina, something else kind of hit me. It was kind of cool that DJ. It was like,
DJ's cool.
Oh my God, the robot. He was just kind of like really jamming back there. I mean, the experience was crazy awesome. And I think that one of the best things for me was it had air conditioning. It was so hot.
That's true. It was so hot
waiting outside. I mean, the humidity was like 1,000%.
Yeah, it was very, very hot. It was raining.
I know.
Right, it would kind of rain off and on the whole day.
Yeah. Which made it a little bit nerve-wracking for like the cameras and
the gear. That's true.
Especially the ones that weren't waterproof. So, but they survived.
Yeah.
They survived. All right, moving right along to like number 3. So, the best interactions with characters.
The Death Eaters versus Stormtroopers.
Yes, because each theme park had like.
And we should kind of introduce the Death Eaters too.
Yeah.
Because we were there the first time they actually were at
the Wizarding World. Yeah, exactly.
Right. And so it was really cool.
It was super cool.
Right. We went at night and there was fog all around, green lighting all around. And then
best time to go.
And all these Death Eaters were just wandering around and they were completely in character. Tanya had her wand out, kind of fighting them. And it was really cool. It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Actually, it's really, really cool.
Yeah. Would definitely suggest going at night too. I mean, it's good to see the show during the day, but the effects and the feeling with the light and the animation, it just really comes to life at night. Plus, it's really cool. Better photo ops.
Yeah, no, it's cool. The light show is really cool too at the castle.
Yes.
Right.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
They had a kind of the dark arts, and it was just really this kind of light show that they put on. It was really eerie, which was kind of cool about it, especially during this time of year right now, where it's kind of like the Halloween. You really get into the spirit of things. And I think from what we heard, the Death Eaters show is going to be going on until November 2nd. So we hear now. Obviously, if it does really well and there's a lot of talks, I'm sure they'll extend that.
Yeah, I think they should extend it for sure. Yeah. It's really cool. It's actually really, really cool.
Yeah, they really interact. That was exactly what you're saying. Like with everyone. I mean, I've had numerous interactions with several Death Eaters. They come up to you, and they never left that eerie character. Right. Which was,
you didn't feel like you could say, "Hey, let's take a photo."
Exactly. Yeah. They would totally. Yeah, you'd be afraid to.
Exactly. Now, Stormtroopers are very different. Yeah. I would say the Stormtroopers were much more kind of crowd friendly. Of course, it's during the day. And you can ask them to take a picture. They take a picture with you, which kind of, for us, we kind of wanted them to stay a little bit menacing a little bit, right? Yeah. Kind of stay in character.
And I think, 3 years ago, they were very much
like that way.
It seemed that way. Like, time. You couldn't ask them for it. You'd be afraid to ask them for a photo because they kind of really stayed into character.
We were afraid.
It's true. You probably had to be 2 years old. Then you could get away with it.
Right, exactly.
Didn't work for us. But yeah, you're right. Like the interaction with Stormtroopers.
Right. I know you had your thermal detonator. Right. To try to.
I was really trying to entice them down.
Don't let that go.
Sorry about that.
Right.
I was really trying to. A little shaking hand. I'm a little nervous right now, but I was really trying to. You better take this.
Okay. Sorry.
Be careful.
Okay. Got that. Sorry about that.
Never pick up a thermal detonator while you're drinking,
right?
Especially while you're having
an
a
empty Coke container.
Oh, damn you!
Right.
What was I saying?
I don't know. No, we're talking about Stormtroopers.
Oh yes, like 3 years ago, and how they were not really interactive. Which was kind of cool that they stayed, creepy and rude.
Right. Yeah, we felt like they were a little bit different this time.
Yeah.
Friendlier a little bit.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, still cool.
Yeah, that's very true. So we're going to have to definitely hand that one over. The interactions of the characters between those two theme parks. We're definitely going to give that to the Death Eaters.
To the Death Eaters.
Yeah, the Death Eaters.
Cool.
Yeah, they really kind of, it kind of brought it on home in terms of making you feel like you could have a real ongoing magic battle with him and stay true to character.
Right. If you're going there, definitely go at night. Check out the Death Eaters.
Yeah,
it's really
sure.
cool.
Now, if you want to elaborate a little further and say the character interaction, which was going to get to our next one here, which is the theme park interaction, right? So let's get into number 4, actually. So it's the theme park interaction between the Disney World of Harry Potter and the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. So it's interesting. And we didn't get a chance to really experience the full immersive interactiveness of the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, which you would use your Disneyland Play, the Playland
app, right? Which is a little different.
Yeah.
Right.
So. It's very different, but it's almost really cool because there's things on the wall that you can hold up, and then it's basically, it interacts with, whether it's overriding a droid and being able to control it, or opening up doors, or basically understanding like the jargon, the language that's written on the wall, and being able to translate that. So it allows you to be able to interact in that way. Where I thought the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, let me tell you, it was very, very cool.
It is cool.
We got these wands, and what's cool about the wands is they're heavy.
Oh yeah, they're pretty hardcore. Well, yours is heavy. Mine's like the know-it-all wand, which is a little bit smaller.
Yeah, that's a know-it-all wand. But it was really cool because these wands, and I think all of them they actually have sort of like a little glass tip on the edge of them, which allows you to perform spells throughout both parts of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter to be able to conjure up spells all around the parks.
Right, and there's a map too. They give you a map.
Oh, yes.
Each wand comes with a map, right, which shows different parts of the park. And what you do is basically go to those parts, and you can make things happen by doing a certain spell at each of the sections, which is really cool.
The cool thing is they actually have like the spells and the motions for the wands right here as well. Like Incendio, there's a section that you can do a little swish and say the words Incendio, and it actually
you got to say the words.
You have to say the words.
So they tell you
for sure.
But
like if you want to get into character and stay in a character, use the words when you're going to those parks, and use the maps. Now, what's really cool though is even if you say don't use the map, because it could be a real pain in the tuchus, trying to hold on to the map while walking around the parks and doing different things and holding on your butterbeer as well. They have them on the ground. So if you're walking like on the ground, there's these little symbols that actually show you the motion that you're supposed to use and the spell that you're supposed to use to be able to have that particular section interact or just move or activate or perform that spell.
Right. And you can interact in Diagon Alley and also Hogsmeade as well. Yes. So they have maps for both locations.
Exactly. Like I was saying before, both places have that for sure, which is awesome.
No, it's really cool.
Really cool. And I will definitely say Gringotts Bank,
Diagon
Alley, wow.
Yeah, amazing.
That was amazing. It was like you were really immersed in that world. And
That's
also
true.
being able to talk to like Drehead, from the Knight's Bus.
The Knight's Bus guy.
Oh, man.
The bodiless Rastaman
guy. The shrunken head Rastaman with dreads. I got into like a huge, nice little conversation with him.
It was fun.
And it was fun because it's just, they make it immersive like that, So you may not expect that going up there. Maybe it's supposed to shock you, but of course, if we do a little research, that he talks. I went right up to him and just have like a conversation with the Jamaica man. Yeah, man.
Exactly. Very cool. Very cool.
Did you just burp?
Never. I would not do that.
Woo! That's so funny.
All right. So I think the last one we want to talk about, well, a couple things, but the next one is really just the whole immersion in the park itself.
Yeah.
Right. If you think about the parks, you have Galaxy's Edge, which is Batuu, right? The planet of Batuu, and what's it called? The Black Spire Outpost.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Which, I grew up with really the original Star Wars series. So for me, this is really themed after the newer Star Wars. Mm-hmm. Right. So I don't relate, quite frankly, as much to the newer ones as the older ones. So with Harry Potter, for example, I relate to everything. So you kind of go to Diagon Alley, you go to Hogsmeade, Hogwarts, everything you kind of relate to from seeing in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas here at Star Wars, a little bit different, right? I didn't really know the new characters quite as much as the old characters.
Because they base that whole vibe of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge off of
the new movies.
Yeah,
right?
So it was a little, for folks that have been like true diehard Star Wars fans from like the beginning, it would have been nice to have a creation of everything, maybe even different parts of the world that kind of transitioned into the new.
Well, it's hard, right, for that, but
it's not big.
I was a complete like Star Wars geek growing up. Went to the movies probably 5 or 6 times to see them. Probably the only movie I went multiple times to. It's kind of crazy.
That's awesome.
Hey, to be young.
That is awesome, though. But I think like you're absolutely right about that, but it was also interesting too because of in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, not Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. It also felt, kind of immersed into the world. You felt like you were part of. Outside of, I will say this: a lot of the employees that worked there weren't really in character. There were a few, and I would say when we first got into Hogsmeade, after racing to get to Hagrid's motorbike.
I was like chasing after Tanya, trying to keep up. It was
crazy. I mean, I'm not kidding you when I say it was a race. Like, you get there, you have to wait at the gate. You wait at the gate, and that's where it's like horses. Everybody's like lining up for the gate to open, and then they haul butt to try and get to Hagrid's ride because the lines can be brutally long. So we weren't sure what to expect. I didn't even know where to run. I just started following the crowds.
We just hoped whoever in front of us was going the right direction.
Exactly. And it was really, really fun. I mean, it was definitely an experience.
But one thing I will say, we ran, we got right at the front, basically. We were very close to the front. Then we had this big backpack, right? Because we had our camera gear in it. Yeah. And so if you have a big backpack, just know you need to go in and get the big locker. And we probably lost about 100 spots.
Well,
trying to get into the locker.
We were a little stupid about how we approached it because we both went to the locker.
Yeah.
Now, one of us could have split up because I think the couple in front of us, they actually split up. He actually hopped under. The thing, went to the locker, and she went straight for the. They were definitely professionals.
Yeah, they were definitely professionals.
They've been there like numerous times.
Yeah, I think so.
For sure, because we both were like, where did we go? And we went to the lockers. Yeah. I think we were like number 10. All that running for nothing. We ended up being number 100.
Yeah, but I figured it actually allowed us to enjoy the queue much more. The one thing I would say, like Hagrid's, for example, the queue line, the whole experience going through, seeing Hagrid's house, seeing Hogwarts Castle.
That's true.
Seeing the motorbikes kind of flying by.
Oh, yeah.
It's really kind of cool just going through the queue. And it wasn't that long for us. Maybe, it would take us 20 minutes, maybe.
You're right. You actually, because of the fact that I was trying to really embrace, also film some of those moments and capture some photos, you wanted the line to be a little bit slower.
Right. We were flying through.
But the line was, because we were so early on, I guess it's like a double-edged sword there. You're kind of like, you want to run, you want to get in front, but then when you get there, you realize how immersive it is. You're like, oh my God, maybe we shouldn't be right up here because I want to take some pictures. I want to like enjoy this. And you have all these people like behind you waiting. So
what you probably could do is go through the singles line if you want to do it again.
That's true.
Right.
That's true. I think the singles lines, if you're with like a party of 2 and you don't mind splitting up, I think sometimes these parts when you're in the singles lines, they actually have it's faster.
It's much faster. You may miss like some of the queue experiences as well, but you can go through pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Because I know at the Millennium Falcon ride, we had to wait 55 minutes, but there was probably no real wait for the single line.
Yeah,
you could have gone through that, but I understand you miss actually a lot of the experience going through the singles line versus the regular line.
What did you think of the Smuggler's Run? Right,
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah,
I would say it's nothing like Hagrid. It's more of a kind of a video experience.
Game. Yeah,
you kind of have the video going by you.
You almost like the 3D goggles and just kind of like
I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
It's the only ride there. I'm excited about Rise of the Resistance coming out December 5th.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, the promotional advertisement that we've been seeing for that has been intense. And it was really cool to see it, live and in person in terms of the outside, in terms of what they're doing right at the gate. You couldn't get past the ropes, and there was definitely a guard there, so don't try it.
Exactly.
But it was really cool to see what's up.
Maybe back for that.
I just might have to. Yeah. That would be fun. But he's right. Like the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run was just okay. Now there's 3 positions that you can get. There's the pilot, there's the gunners, which sits behind the pilot, and there's the engineers, which obviously the engineers control the speed of the ship, things like that. You have the gunners that take care of the blasting, and then the pilots, which we definitely feel the pilots, which is the position that we got, has much more of an interactive feel to it. You know, or so you think. You
I'm
know?
not sure I did anything, but at least I was in the front. You know, I had the I was trying to move. I'm not sure I did anything. I think it's all programmed. But you did get points, right? There's like almost like a video game. You get points at the end on how well you did.
So that means you must be.
I must have done something. I think I just destroyed it for us. I ran through everything.
All I know is it felt like bumper cars.
I was a terrible pilot.
I don't know if it was just you, because it takes 2 pilots, and I was the other one.
Yeah.
I think I was too busy trying to capture like on Instagram.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And the kid, I think on the left-hand side, was like, "Are you piloting?"
I know. Come on, what are you doing, everyone? They're yelling at us.
Screaming at us. Oh man.
I'm so stressed out.
I warned whoever was going to get into the ship with us that they were not going to have like the best experience with us, because it's the first time I was flying that ship. But it was cool. It was definitely very cool to experience the one time. I'm glad we didn't have to wait a long time, because I don't think I probably would have.
Right.
Or maybe we would have just experienced it one time. But,
yeah, it was worth one time, and then probably. Yeah, I wouldn't want to wait more than an hour for that. That's funny. We're used to waiting though. I mean, since going to Franklin and waiting, like 6 hours until our food. So now going early and just waiting for the entrance. It was kind of fun getting there early. Yeah. You know, getting to both to Hagrid's ride. You know, waiting at Universal for it to open. It's kind of fun. I like that. And kind of bonding with the folks and everything. So.
Oh yeah, it's definitely an experience. I think yeah, exactly that. Bonding experience.
It is. It's kind of, we met some folks in front of us who were going to their 25th anniversary.
Yeah.
Right.
They were awesome.
Hardcore.
They were hardcore. They knew exactly.
He was an ex-military guy, and like a marathon runner.
Oh man, but
you went out fast.
I ran out fast. I took him out. I was like, oh my god, I think I'm gonna do this. And then I ended up slowing down because I just could not take anymore. And he comes up right past me.
Come on, Tanya, stay up, Tanya. Go. Let's go, Tanya. Go. We're like dying.
Didn't matter anyway, because we had to go to the lockers.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, we didn't see them again. They were gone. Also the locker.
Exactly.
They went flying to the locker and everything.
No, for sure.
Right.
But I think those are really our top 5 things that we learned.
One other thing too, the light shows.
Oh my God,
Hogwarts Castle and Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, I would definitely say by far Disney's got that one.
Oh yeah, the light show at Magic Kingdom is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just spectacular. I'd say at Hogwarts Castle, it's really cool. It is cool, but it's nothing like Magic Kingdom.
No. I mean, obviously, Magic Kingdom has been performing the light shows for quite some time, so they're able to kind of perfect it along the way, where I think Universal is really trying to ride on that wave a little bit.
Right, exactly.
And this is a great opportunity for them to do that with the Hogwarts experience. And it was cool, but you're right. It didn't feel like, I don't know, for me, I thought it was amazing, but it wasn't like capital amazing. Like
that was cool. What was amazing was really the Death Eaters experience.
Yeah.
At Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas the light show and fireworks were amazing at Disney.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, the light show by far, if you're putting the light shows up neck and neck, Disney World is superior in that regards. And that was awesome too for the how they transformed the castle for the Not So Scary Halloween party. And that and the fireworks show mixed in with the light show. You got to do it for sure. Oh, and check it out.
Look at that, huh?
This is like the Gryffindor shirt.
Gryffindor.
So I'm wearing like a little bit of both here. We got the Disney going on, and we got the Harry Potter going on. So
That's good. That's good. And I went right for the Slytherin shirt. I'm like, I like that shirt.
Yeah.
Which I don't know what that says.
Yeah. Says you want to. The Sorting Hat will choose you to be in Slytherin.
Yeah. Malfoy.
It's all right.
I've always liked Malfoy.
Opposites attract.
He always kind of got things done, and he never messed up.
Yeah. He actually always put somebody else to do his dirty work.
Yeah, right.
But I would definitely say this. Now, I wanted to have a really quick discussion in terms of some of the offsetting things that I noticed about Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in particular. And I think I mentioned it before, but we read in recent news as well that they are changing over management. I think as of September 25th, they're changing over the
basically the general manager who kind of oversaw the parks and the opening.
And I'm going to assume that it's because they weren't making the numbers and it wasn't that busy. But at the same time, I think us going there one time and seeing all that, I think it would be done. I wouldn't, it's not something I would go back and pay all that money.
No,
it's just it's very expensive.
It's expensive too. I mean, if you think about the activity, is it like, for example, the lightsaber? It's really cool. I mean, the lightsaber is amazing, but it's $200 per person to actually build a lightsaber there. Yeah, it's a collector's item. So if you're really into Star Wars, it's probably cool and worth it. But for us to pay $400 for that, I mean, it didn't make sense.
Yeah, for a lot of folks.
And I will say, when I was a kid, I got a lightsaber too. It was basically a flashlight with a big plastic thing over it. That was good for me when I was, 2 years old. But
it's good for a lot of people.
Yeah, but I will say, I'm now surprised, right? $200 for that. And you already paid for the ticket. I mean, it's cool, and maybe it's worth the experience, and people seem to like it that do it. Right. But it's a lot of money.
Yeah, it definitely is. And that obviously is they're making up costs. And so what we also heard is they've increased prices at some of the restaurants there.
Right. Oga's Cantina
in particular, the prices went up. So it's just obviously they're trying to offset the fact that maybe they're not hitting the numbers for the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run ride that was so hyped up, as well as Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. So they're hoping to obviously recoup from all this with the Rise of the Resistance, which hopefully they will. I mean, if you check anywhere online about Rise of the Resistance, it looks pretty cool.
Right, they have episode 9 coming out in December.
Right.
So there's going to be a huge push by Disney around this, and so I'm sure they'll put huge marketing effort behind Rise of the Resistance, and of course a new movie. Oh, yeah. What's it called? The Rise of Skywalker or something?
Rise of Skywalker.
I think so, something like that.
It's interesting,
right, something like that.
Yeah. So I think, we've been on 40 minutes talking about Disney.
Just blabbing. We're a bunch of blabbers.
A bunch of blabbers. That's
right. If you guys have any questions, fire away.
Yep.
Let us know. Give us a question. One question. This is your chance.
You better ask.
Ask
it. You better ask that question.
All right, Potter.
You better ask, Mr. Potter.
Right. Hopefully it's working.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Right, I know.
We've been blabbing for like 40 minutes. It says it's working.
It does.
It says it's like rocking and rolling. We just have a lot of timid people in here. It's just do the proper. I don't know.
But hey, it's our first one. Got to start somewhere.
Exactly. Well, I think this was great because in a way, it is nice that we know there's a lot of people that love both Harry Potter and love, Star Wars. Yeah. And so it's nice that, especially if you're going to be going to these theme parks, which are not cheap, to have as much information as possible when going in, so that you know what to expect.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, they're great parks. Both of them are great. Amazing immersive experiences, completely worth it. Oh, yeah. So if you're going there, definitely check out both parks.
Oh, you for sure should check out both parks. I mean, it's just, Dave is right. It just has, they're so unique and they're so different in a lot of ways, and they have so much to offer. They're both really feel-goody. When you go to both those places, you feel like
you're
part of that
world.
You're a kid
again, too. I love it.
Which is why I never let this wand out of my hand in Harry Potter.
Well, it's so funny. We were on at night. At night, you were just going around like you were like fighting the Death Eaters. And then even in Star Wars, at Galaxy's Edge, I felt like we were trying to kind of sneak into Oga's Cantina without getting busted by the stormtroopers and all that. It's kind of fun.
Cool though, especially with Oga's Cantina.
That was cool.
That was just. I keep going back to that place because when you walked in, it was just amazing.
And that was that was probably the highlight for me of Galaxy's Edge.
It wasn't just because of the air conditioning.
Well, that was good too. It was hot. Did we say that?
It was really hot.
Yeah.
I think I would definitely go back. And kind of explore a little bit more of the parks.
Right.
Maybe try another ride or two at Harry Potter's to kind of get the feel of that one because again,
I am such a wimp when it comes to rides.
Yeah, me too.
My stomach is completely
Especially
wimpy.
roller coasters.
I do one ride and I'm done.
Yeah.
One and done.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no.
Well, no. Excuse me. But yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize it's number 7. Damn.
Is that Harry's number?
Yeah. Damn.
I have no idea. Do you know?
Swish and flick.
Swish and flick.
I have no idea.
Right.
So.
We talk about maybe where we're headed.
Oh, that's a good question.
Or maybe not.
That's a good point.
Do we know?
Not. Well, we have a couple of things
coming
up, and some of you guys. Okay, here's a question that you may want to know: like, how do we determine, where we go? And
it's all science, very scientific. Yes.
It's very scientific. It's close your eyes
and which one has the best fare. Okay, that's where we're going.
We're going there. Mexico City, here we come.
But we've come to like, one of the things we come to love is Mexico City. Yeah. The press has been really honing in on all the negative factors of that country. And I will say this, when we first decided to go visit, it was a little nerve-wracking ourselves until we actually did some research, and then we actually immersed ourselves in the culture. And then from that point on, it's just been amazing.
Yeah, I know. I love Mexico. Yeah. It's a great place to visit. And we're definitely heading back to Mexico City, so we're looking forward to that.
Yes, the food is going to be fantastic. We may show up in Vegas.
That could happen.
Yeah, there you go. Mm-hmm.
And maybe back in Lima too.
Oh,
so look forward to that.
So got some things to look forward to. And I don't know, it's kind of the Halloween month here, so I don't know. We may have something coming up. We're not going to talk about just yet because we're still in the works, but we may have something fun and festive for Halloween.
And scary.
Actually, super scary.
I'm still too scared about it, but maybe we'll
super scary. Yeah. But I mean, really scary.
But that's what we're going to leave with right
we'll find out. Stay tuned.
Stay
tuned. So, yeah.
All right.
I don't know. I think we might want to.
Any questions, everyone? Folks on the call?
Yeah.
Folks on the call.
Folks on the call. Hello.
Questions?
Stream.
Let's go. This is your time to pop up any questions.
I love how we're kind of matching. It's like
the colors are kind of like.
Yeah, I have nothing Disney or Star Wars, and you did a good job. Harry Potter.
And I have nothing
Mickey.
Franklin's.
No, I'll have Franklin. Yeah, but that's not the theme of the.
But the colors.
The colors are good. Yeah, nice match.
I like that. Matching with the colors.
That was deliberate. I saw that and said, I gotta wear this.
Hey.
Gotta wear it.
It has nothing to do with the fact that I just did laundry.
I'm a little, it's just clean.
The only one that's clean.
Yeah. Hey, for a moment.
So, all right, let's just briefly talk about this giveaway. And it's a small giveaway, which I thought would be cool. And this is how you can enter the giveaway. Okay. All you have to do is be subscribed to our YouTube channel and subscribe to our Instagram. And on our last post in Instagram, you just have to comment your favorite Harry Potter or Star Wars character. And then lastly, just tag anyone you know that is a Star Wars fan or Harry Potter fan. That's it. Plain and simple. And then we will pick a winner. I'm going to say tomorrow evening.
Sounds good.
We'll pick a winner tomorrow evening. And then you'll get your goodie bags. Trick or treat.
Trick or treat. All right.
So we're going to leave it right there. If you guys have any questions, please leave some questions. We'd appreciate that. If not, I was still wondering if this damn thing is actually working.
It's working. Yes. We are streaming.
Live.
Streaming live.
I love it.
This will be a classic. Cheers.
For sure. Cheers. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. Thank you for joining. Really appreciate it.
Mm. And as always, we're going to check out, but if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. We do post videos on a weekly basis. We're going to try and up that to maybe 2 videos a week as we're kind of growing and developing our style. We're also trying to, broaden the way I'm editing these videos and things. So I think we want to try and push maybe 2 to 3 videos a week.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But we'll see. We're working on that right now and trying to develop our skill as we grow as well. We just want to say first, and foremost, thank you guys for being a part of this with us. We really do appreciate that. It's been.
Hey, Joel.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
So, it's really nice.
That's really nice. Yay.
I really appreciate that. So it's been like interesting, I guess we can elaborate a few more minutes, right?
Sure.
But it's been like an interesting journey for us. And I guess we didn't talk about this in the beginning about, how we really got this started.
Austin,
yeah.
Sure.
And how this kind of whole thing started. And it really started with our move here to Austin, Texas, which is now about almost a year.
Yeah, we moved here in October last year.
Yeah. And it was a very difficult move for us because of the fact that I have a very good business in Boston in real estate, commercial and residential. And it was a little tough to move. My husband actually, his company that he worked for got acquired, and so he lost his position there. And there was an opportunity in Austin that actually suited our family needs a little bit better as well. And I kind of built up a team that could basically help manage my business while I'm here in Austin trying to develop new businesses here.
Yeah.
Sure enough and behold, there isn't a reciprocal license here in Austin, so you'd have to basically start all over. And so that really disheartened me per se, hence why we decided to take the path of full-time. Oh, thanks. Hey, Tia and Andy. Oh, thank you guys so much for joining us. Right, is this shirt pretty cool? It's crazy. I think I even left the price tag on it somewhere. I'm not sure I ripped it off.
You can still return it.
You can still return it. As long as I don't spill any wine on it. But hey, guys, thanks for joining. We're just kind of going over a little bit of briefing of how we got now into this travel lifestyle, pursuing it full time. And we're now approaching, we're almost a year.
Yeah, it's been like 10 months, almost a year, yeah.
Almost a year. So it's pretty exciting. We're going to have to do something special for a 1 year anniversary.
Right.
But I don't know what that's going to be, but I'm sure it'll be something crazy.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool.
We're pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And I feel like we learn stuff, and I certainly learn stuff every month. I mean, I've learned a lot this year. Yeah. I'm not a natural when it comes to this kind of stuff, and so
but you've been amazing.
I've been kind of learning and just I love it. I guess the one regret would be, hey, why didn't we start earlier?
Yeah,
we could have started this 5-10 years ago.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And
because we love to travel. I mean, the thing is, we love to travel, and we've been places before, and we just never thought about documenting our travels. Yeah. And again, getting back to why we started, it was this move to Austin, which kind of triggered the love of travel to pursue it the way we were pursuing it, and actually documenting, this journey through our eyes. Because one of the things I think it's actually brought us closer together as well too. Yeah, shut up, you know that. No. But it definitely has, in a sense where putting ourselves out there, especially for Dave, where on camera like this and doing things, it's been a very difficult thing in the beginning for him, and he's come.
No, but seriously, you're like amazing now. Like, you're like out there. You're like opened up.
That's right. I'm working on it. Hey, come on! I got shyest in elementary school.
And if you go, I'm telling you, he definitely is a shy person.
Very shy.
But I think he's opening up more and more to this because he's falling in love with the idea of travel and education and learning about different cultures and different experiences. And it's something that I feel like for us, not only does it create phenomenal memories, but it also helps us to be able to share these experiences with you, and hopefully get other folks out there to do the same thing.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's pretty awesome.
Awesome. It's awesome.
So Tia and Andy and Joel, thanks for joining us. We were kind of going back and we're talking about some of the comparisons we learned from Star Wars and Galaxy's Edge, as well as the Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And we got pretty in-depth discussion with those. And boy, have you guys ever been to either one of those theme parks before? Have you been to Harry Potter? Or have you been to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter? Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Have you been to either one of those theme parks before? I'm just curious to know if they've been to one of those theme parks.
And of course, Galaxy's Edge is it's been open, about a month or so in Orlando, and then 3 months or so, I think, in
California.
California, yeah.
Yeah, Disneyland. So
okay, so Tia, they've been there.
Oh, wow.
And Harry Potter, yes.
Wow.
I like Harry Potter.
So what was your favorite part about those theme parks? Like, I'm just curious because everybody has something different, in terms of what really captured them. Was it like for us, again, it was like the interactive wands and the Death Eaters and being able to battle the Death Eaters and conjure up some magic spells with them, and the photo ops. And oh my gosh.
And the Fuzzy Tauntaun.
Oh my God. I swear to you, the Fuzzy Tauntaun drink at Oga's Cantina was so weird. It was so weird. It was really good.
It's like a medicine.
Tasted
good. It was medicine.
It was like Tang with like a numbing agent.
A numbing agent, exactly. For $18. Hey, what a bargain.
You get the experience of having your mouth go numb.
Yeah, I agree. I felt like you're in the movie too.
Yes.
You're kind of walking down, what's the Baker and Botts? What's the place called?
Yeah, I think it was Baker. What's that dark street, that name that, where the store was that had like the vanishing cabinet in it as well. was it like Bakers and Bots, like Malvern? That's the one where like Bellatrix and all the Death Eaters kind of like met for a meeting.
That was kind of cool walking down that alley.
That was really cool.
Diagon Alley.
And Diagon Alley was
walking
really cool.
in Gringotts was really cool.
Yes. So, yes, Bergen and Berks.
There you go, Bergen and Berks.
That place was
Thank you.
amazing. Again, going into that and being able to like use your wand, like interactive different things around the park.
That was pretty cool.
And I actually did, I'm not sure if you guys saw the video that we did at Universal Studios. It allowed me in editing to really kind of get creative and be a kid. And I kind of, during like some of the battles with the Death Eaters, I was able to, with the limited effects use that I had, I was able to create some like wand spell magic to feel like, you know, you're in depth a part of that world. It was, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. And even you, I made you a little magic spell.
Exactly. That wasn't magic. That happened. That happened.
Shh, that's right. On that.
Right.
That's awesome. Bergen and Berks. Bergen and Berks. Bergen and Berks.
All right. Well, thanks everyone. Very nice.
So we just want to say thank you guys again so much for tuning in. You know, this is kind of our first one, just figuring this out here.
Right.
For sure. We're working on doing more live streams. We may even do some from on location, so from where we are. And
maybe a Halloween special.
That could. Oh my gosh!
That'd be scary. Though.
So
I don't know.
Tia and Andy, you guys just joined us. So we're thinking it's Halloween. So we don't want to like jinx it just yet, but we're thinking of something pretty. Excuse my language. Scary. Pretty scary. That's going to be to visit.
Right.
For but we're working on that. I like horror, but I like watching it on television. That's all I'm gonna say. Not living it, but we'll see what happens.
I'm a skeptic, so skeptics always die first. That's the problem with that.
Scary, but it's gonna be really cool. So I'm hoping that
it goes. I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying to build up the courage. You know, the liquid courage. I might need the liquid courage actually to be able to do this. So, again, thank you guys so much for joining us. Really appreciate that. And I'll mention one more time in terms of the live streams and what we plan on doing. We're just gonna. Thanks, Joel. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you for stopping in. So we're gonna try and do these more often as well. You know, it just came to us last minute. You know, actually to be able to do
probably like once a week or something.
Maybe once a week we're gonna do this. And actually we're gonna try and work on getting our mirrorless camera set up. And more interactive with these live streams as we go along. So we're still kind of learning it. So
sorry about the quality, you know. It's
right.
But you know what? The bright yellow stands out.
It does. It's good.
All right, thanks. So anyway, thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Boom.